ball gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long-range jumper.
Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Chris Paul bringing dinner with the dish. D-Book on the corner with the swish. We the Valley, hating with the dumb. Posterizing, now the crowd getting pumped. We the best, I ain't talking about Cali. Who's next? Never winning in the Valley. Can't wait for that championship rally. Send them home, send them back to Cali. Stand up if you're down for the Suns. Put a finger in the air, we number one. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing.
Welcome everybody to Season 2 Offseason Episode 4 of the Aussie Suns Fans podcast. We are here, unfortunately, for us, first time ever we're going live for our podcast. Unfortunately, our main man Nate couldn't make it, but I am here joined as always by two of our favourite people, Boyd and Hammo. Apparently Boyd can't hear us. Hammo, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, brother.
All right, so it's all Boyd's fault. That's good. Probably a positive thing that Boyd can't hear us because I'm going to hang some shit on him later. How you going, Hammo?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How about yourself, man?
Oh, living the dream, mate. I've had a cold since I got back from fucking America, basically. So I'm just going to have vodka and orange and see if that fixes it.
It worked in the States. Why not?
Absolutely. So, thanks everyone for joining. This is our first crack at this. We're going to have some teething issues, so stick with us. Hang on. Let's see what we can do. We're trying to get Boyd back in. Who knows what the hell he's doing. I wish he'd invest in a laptop instead of trying to do everything on the phone. But
the iPhone Studio, man, it's killer.
That's it. iPhone Studio is the go.
Oh,
Boyd, can you hear Boyd? Can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, look out. Welcome, mate. Welcome. We've missed you. We haven't done this for a couple of weeks. Live for the first time. Anything you'd like to say to the people out there?
No, I don't want to say fucking anything to them. I want to talk some Suns basketball. We haven't done it for a while.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to throw out a little bit of a disclaimer on this. So we've had a staff meeting. We got everyone in a room, had a discussion. We have decided that until anything happens or unless we get hammered in the chat group, this is a no KD chat zone. We are not going to talk about it until something happens. We agree, gents? We're all good?
Totally, man.
Well, good, mate. If you want to hear about KD, guys, just fucking jump on Twitter or any one of the other 40 Suns podcasts, and there's about 10 straight episodes full of it. And a lot of the shit they're saying is fucking full of it. So,
and that's why we're not going to talk about it.
Most of the information's the same. It all comes from one place, which is the Coast to Coast podcast. If you want to hear anything about anything to do with KD, jump on the Coast to Coast. Listen to Dan Duarte and Flex from Jersey. They'll give you the update you need. Basically, if you're listening to national stuff, the Suns are no chance of ever picking up KD. If you listen to Flex and these guys, it's still on the way. And that is the last we will talk about Kevin Durant in this episode. First up, so we've thrown a couple of ideas around, gents. What are we going to talk about? We don't know. If we're not allowed to talk about KD, what are we going to do? So Boyd, come up with our first one. And our first one is we're going to run it back Suns. So we're going to talk about the Phoenix Suns running it back in this season, who needs to step up, what they need to do to step up, and how we're going to perform in the West. if we do run it back. And then we'll go into a couple of additional or outside external free agents / trades that we could potentially push for in order to improve what we have with a run it back situation. So, Boyd, I'm going to let you kick this one off. The Suns are running it back. What players need to step up, and how are they going to step up?
Mate, I think everyone needs to step up on our performances from the playoffs, right? But I'm thinking, guys, just looking at the regular season numbers and what was successful for us and what worked and what didn't, and taking into consideration the players and their whereabouts they are on their timeline of development. And we're looking at the Twins, right? We're looking at the Twins. We're looking at DA, and we're looking at a couple of key bench guys. So, and I thought about the likes of fucking Torrey Craig, and ultimately we just need him to go out there and just be energy and be consistent, get a couple of bastard rebounds and just not have fucking lay complete eggs. That's all we need for them type of spot minute guys. But look, I think just your natural development you get from the Twins and DA is enough for this team in a run it back scenario to take it further to the finals, like not be a second round exit. I don't think we need another megastar to go along with our core, if it means gutting it or not, to take the next step. I think we have it in our own backyard, and so long as all things play out. And look, I think it comes from our 3-point shooting. I think it comes from our 3-point shooting, and you look at both the Twins.
What, we're going to fucking hit one?
Yeah. Ultimately, yeah. That'd be a good fucking start. Look, here's how I feel it went throughout the year. I feel like that our core, our guys who were backing up our star backcourt, I feel like they got a little bit too creative and tried to reinvent their game a little bit too much. They moved away from the prototypical 3-and-D type persona that we sort of set for our wings, and really worked well for our system. And we had the likes of Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges and even Jay Crowder taking less threes, and the threes they were taking, they were not, apart from Cam Johnson, who was very efficient from three. They all took less threes, more twos, and crowded that paint area where we like our other notable guys to operate and do their thing. So I feel like if we can get back to a more traditional 3-and-D type wing that is proven to be successful in the NBA and also for this squad at our peak, if we can get Mikal Bridges to maintain his defense and keep knocking them down at a decent clip. I think he dropped 5% on his 3-point percentage on this season, and I think it's because, and we were all frothing over it, right? We were all fucking loving it when we saw Mikal Bridges take it to the teeth and
Hell
show
yeah,
us.
man.
And, well, no, he showed us that there's another level to his game, but I think. And that's great that he's developing it, but I think that it's to a detriment to the team and our success as a whole. So yeah, look, I think if we can get back to doing what we do great and what the best version of this team is, we're going to need some of these guys to go back to the more traditional roles that worked for us. So yeah, I think more so the spacing the floor. And some consistency from I don't want them to do it and then just fucking keep bricking them like they have been. I want them to fucking do it and hit it with a little bit of consistency. Cam Johnson's the only fucker who he went up from I think 30 fucking 36% or 35% up to 42.5% from three on 21 to 22 season. But yeah, like I said, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, they all fell off. And they're our guys who we need space on the floor, keeping the defense honest, and clearing up some room for our mid-court geniuses in Chris Paul and Devin Booker, because that's where they thrive. And if there's other people in there doing it at a lesser clip, all right, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. We want them shots to go to our fucking savants. So yeah, I feel we need to go back to a more traditional Suns uniform that works, and and less more. Mikal's got he's got his contract. He doesn't need to prove himself for another few years, right? So just fucking play your part, do your thing, play awesome defense. Cam Johnson, I can understand why he may want to show that he has other layers because he's got that contract coming up. But just don't fucking do it, man. Just give us a chip and let's go back to what works. That's where and also DA. We all know what DA is going to do.
Seriously, man, we got no more time left for anyone else on the fucking show.
Can I just say about 15 more things, please?
No, look, all of that was spot on, bud. Reality is, this side won 64 fucking games last year. We are not at the end of our run. Majority of the side is young. We've got plenty of time, plenty of opportunity. Everything's there. If we run it back, we're not going to lose anything. Realistically, we're still going to be pretty competitive, I think, with everything that's there. So opportunity, it exists. It's just a matter of probably, if we don't talk about the superstar recruit, there is some pieces that we can tighten up, which we'll go into as well. There is some pieces that we can tighten up, though, so we do need to do so. Hammo, thoughts, comments?
Well, a real short version on what Boyd was saying. There's a couple of names he mentioned were in my mind as well. Jay Crowder, Cam Johnson. They got to step up. They got to be more consistent. And right now it's time for DeAndre Ayton to come out and show us why we're paying him this much goddamn money. He needs to step up, come out and ball out consistently. That's the key thing here. Just consistency over and over. No, everyone has a bad night. But these guys, Boyd was saying they dropped off in the playoffs and everything like that, and he's right. So we just need to come out there.
Who were you talking about then?
Crowder, Cam Johnson, and their consistency levels. And now that DA's got his money, he needs to come out and show us why.
So you're talking about DA?
Yeah.
Dominating.
That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for, Carl.
Well, aren't we sophisticated with all of our fucking flash?
I'm really enjoying all these little toys I have on this. I want
to learn how to make them. I want to make some good ones.
Look, research, give me some, send them to me, and then realistically, the only thing I'll probably use is this one, which I've created especially for you. That's pretty much as far as we're going to go, which is the one I created specifically for you.
What is that? The one with the music?
Yes, it is. And just for those that don't know, we were doing some testing at the start, and when I play the videos, Boyd can't hear the actual music or the words or anything else. So what I'm going to do is create a couple more of these, which effectively have underlining messages abusing the shit out of Boyd so that he can't hear them.
Well, who's JPKS in the chat? I can see his thing popping up.
Could be Platty.
Well, who is it? JPKS.
Is he from the Suns chat?
Show us who you are. But guys, we're on here. Love that you guys have jumped on.
Represent.
Absolutely comment. If you've got any comments that about anything that we say, make sure you do it. Throw them up here. We'll stick them up on the page. Everyone in there, JPKS with a knuckle sandwich. Apparently, he's going to punch Jay Crowder in the head, which is probably good.
JPKS has a fucking soccer avatar on his YouTube, so he can fuck off whoever he is. Can you kick cunts out of the chat or what?
We want viewers, mate. We don't want to abuse the people that come in to watch.
We want the right viewers, man. Not fucking.
Oh, come on, man.
Soccer cocks.
Jesus. So basically, we're running it back. None of us are concerned. If we run it back, we're still going to be a pretty damn solid fucking basketball team.
As long as everyone does their job, man, we'll be good. You know,
Well, I think that's a system
possibly
that
look at
created, really, isn't it?
Hopefully, but we're going to lead into, and hopefully we could possibly look at maybe upping that team levels as well through some free agency or something. What do you reckon?
Yeah, free agency's pretty much almost disappeared into the abyss now. There's not much out there. I think the only decent free agent left is Colin Sexton. There's bits and pieces everywhere else, but when you talk about Colin Sexton, we don't have the salary cap room to bring him in anyway.
Mate, we don't. And Gav, since you've harped on about Colin Sexton, and I
sign and trade, man. That's the only way. So I might have harped on, but my harp on was, if we don't get he who must not be named, why don't we look at a sign and trade for a player like Colin Sexton, who could sit on the bench behind CP3 for a year, 2 years. We've got the expiring contract that works.
I'm warming up to it, and I'll tell you what's making me warm up to it is the fact that some of the national pods and whatnot are talking to the fact that there's not much appetite from the Cavs to re-sign him for more than $13 million a season. It's because
in saying that, that's where a sign and trade is the only thing that's going to work, because there is going to be sides out there that are going to throw offer sheets at him now, and if he signs one, there's no sign and trade. It's basically match or let him go.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that who's got cap space now? So previously it was the Spurs and Indiana.
Utah's the one to watch, I reckon.
Utah,
especially if they trade Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, he's going to the Knicks, man.
They might be going
to the Knicks. One way or another, he's going to end up at the Knicks.
They might be going all tanky, right? And
they might, which is why Sexton's a perfect fit. I mean, the guy's coming off a serious knee injury. They bring him in. He's still only 23 years old.
There could be there could be a Utah play. There could be a Spurs play for him for something north of 13 per season. But if we've done all of our little fringe moves, right, and we've got any type of an appetite for a backup guard, and there is a sign and trade to be had for any one of our expiring sort of around about 10 million.
We've got a load of. We can effectively roll out 2 expirings. You roll out a Saric and a Torrey Craig into Cleveland, who need expiring contracts now, especially with their young guys, with Mobley, with Garland. They're rapidly going over the top of the cap. So they need a couple of expirings that they can get rid of.
I'm talking myself into it, Gav, and you don't often get me in that frame of mind. But there's fucking not much out there though. So
there's a little bit more out there than Sexland, man.
You not the first time I got you in compromise in this frame of mind, mate. Because when I was in Brisbane with you, you got in my pants. So
I did.
Yeah,
I did. I fucking did.
That's a pretty good segue. Let's lead into some other options, which I've heard floating around. So, obviously, Colin Sexton's the free agent. Outside of that, realistically, it's going to be vet mins and stuff like that we sort of fill out our roster with moving forward from here. Do you know how many players we have currently signed to contracts?
14. We've got one full-time roster spot left, but we've also got
left at the moment in 2 ways.
We've got 2 ways. We've got one roster spot, but that's really semi-quasi reserved for Ish, I believe.
Yeah, I was just going to say, but that's Ish's spot.
Yeah, and here's the thing: there could be a they may not be too worried because they may see multiple pieces moving out to fix up that backup guard position. But I'm still on the campaign train, my man. I'm still fucking there.
So Ash in the chat.
Choo-choo.
Ash in the chat saying buyout and vet minimum on Derrick Rose. He's been spending a lot of time in the Valley. So Ash, everybody spends a lot of time in the Valley. It's a fucking nice place to go. But number two, I think we need to address the long-term future of the Suns at the point guard when Chris Paul goes. And Derrick Rose doesn't do that.
I do have one for you on that aspect when we get to it, Gavin. I don't think you're going to like it, but
we're there now, man. We're there now. So
We're here.
If you say Isaiah Thomas, though, I'm going to fucking boot you from the chat.
I'm looking at free agents that are available. You know what I mean? Just people that are currently not under contract for reasonable amount of money. So we'll start at the top. First one I was looking at was LaMarcus Aldridge.
He's not playing the guard over Jay Crowder, my man.
No. I'm sorry. I'm just going through free agents, not talking about guards right here.
So if we talk about LaMarcus Aldridge, my issue with LaMarcus is he's a bit older.
It's LaMarcus Aldridge. That's the issue.
Probably more suited or better suited to the center. And from a free agency perspective, we don't need centers now.
All right. So the other one that you mentioned in the itinerary earlier was your John Collins.
Perplex damage. Sorry, I'm getting used to seeing a fucking chat there, guys. I'm just talking chat shit. This is stuff.
Yeah, your John Collins.
Yeah, so that's more. If you're going through free agents, go through free agents. John Collins is a trade.
Okay, I'll just go straight to the guard that is currently uncontracted. That I know that you would love. Where's it gone? Campazzo. What do you reckon, Gav?
No, thanks.
Look, I think
personally,
I've lost the page, but I think he was about 2.3.
If we're looking at bringing in a backup point guard, it's got to be better than the option we've already got, which is Cameron Payne. Fabian Campazzo is not better than Cameron Payne. He's not. Simple as that.
I don't like the idea of Dennis Schroeder either, dude.
Perplex damage is showing Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder is an upgrade to Cameron Payne. But the money he'll want is going to make it too tough for us to fit him in unless we sign a trade him.
Schroeder.
Yeah.
Schroeder's lucky to get a fucking contract, man.
Well, Schroeder actually played his best basketball when he was with Chris Paul. Now,
who cares? He's a fucking he's a me.
He's better than Cameron Payne, mate. Cameron Payne was fucking putrid last year. You are kidding yourself. I told you at the start of the year he was going to be fucking terrible.
Cameron Payne into my veins, man, over Dennis.
I told you Cameron Payne would regress. I told you he wasn't fucking up to it. And what happened? He fucking flopped around like a miserable tuna on the deck of a fucking boat.
Okay, so I was listening to the PHNX podcast. Now, what Saul Bookman said about Dennis Schroeder is fucking spot on. It really spoke to my fucking heart and soul. He's a fucking
Schroeder eating a dick.
No, he just gave up $84 fucking million, all right, from the Lakers because he thought he was going to get a bigger offer elsewhere, and he ends up taking a fucking a $4 million a minimum contract somewhere.
Pretty sure he got
fucking Muppet.
That cunt is out for his own fucking numbers right now, and he's not a fucking guy we want cocking up our whole system because he wants to get a fucking flash contract, right? The following season.
100.
He's not going to get a flash contract. Either way, he's not going to get a flash contract.
No, he's not.
He knows that now.
He's got a fucking $80 million regret that he's trying to peg back, and he's not going to fucking sacrifice his needs as a player chasing a contract to appease the Phoenix Suns and us getting a championship. He's not that fucking guy. If we get Dennis Schroeder, I'll fucking...
No, he's absolutely not. He's absolutely not. but he ain't getting better offers, mate. And that's his problem. He's basically fucked because he's not getting the better offers.
Yeah,
so
no, we don't.
money,
we don't want him.
Shut up. Whatever money he's going to get is going to be in a sign and trade if we did go after him. Now, do I want him? No, I don't want Dennis Schroeder.
No one wants Dennis fucking
Right.
Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder doesn't want
don't
Dennis
sit there and
Schroeder.
tell me that he's not better than fucking Cameron Payne and what Cameron Payne dished up to us.
Nowhere near as good as Cameron
you're
Payne. On
fucking
every
kidding.
fucking every ounce of my being.
I
Would
would
take
give
Campaign
I
over
would give
Dennis
him
Schroeder.
I would give him Campaign's money this year and last year and tell Campaign to fuck off.
Yep, and that's why you're going to stay there in fucking Melbourne and never work for a basketball team. Hey, and look,
I don't want to
if
work
we're
for a
not-
basketball team.
Oi,
If I wanted
listen,
to work for a
listen.
basketball team, I'd move over to fucking the US
No, you
and I'd
wouldn't. You
walk
wouldn't.
into a job in 10 minutes because
You're
I'm
not going.
awesome.
No. You're a fucking spud. That's about all you
who's
fucking.
the next free agent?
You know,
Emma?
fuck all.
Look, you know,
You're still on warning, mate. If you say Isaiah Thomas, I'm booting you from the chat.
there's no Isaiah Thomas coming up, man, but it's the same one as last year. I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. Carmelo Anthony, veteran, banana boat crew, can hit when he needs to, when he actually wants to. From my understanding, we can pick him up for 2.6 for a year. Well, that's what he was on. We could maybe get him for less. I don't know. I'm looking at what's available.
If
So
he who must not be named thing goes through, I think Carmelo Anthony plays for the Phoenix Suns next season.
I love me some Melo, man, and I would love to see him at the Suns. You know, he's old, yeah, okay. You talk about looking to the future and things like that, but he can bring in things to show like your Cam Johnson, even things to show your Torrey Craig and things like that. He's more than just a veteran in terms of playing the game. Boyd's going to rip me apart here. I can see it coming, or he's going to try. But
I'm laughing at
I
the chat,
still think Carmelo Anthony would be a good go for us.
No, you know what I love about Carmelo Anthony? When he gets on that baseline low post, they pass the ball to him. He uses the entire fucking 30-second shot clock and then turns around and misses. I love that about Carmelo Anthony. I can't wait to see that in Phoenix.
Hey,
Melo.
Hammo, I'd take Melo any day of the week playing any position on the floor over Dennis Schroeder.
Oh, totally.
Jeez, I wasn't expecting that.
Every day. Schroeder and
And,
Ben Simmons, get on a boat and get your Kardashians and go fuck yourselves and sink.
What would you guys say to another guy that we all fucking hate? And I'm not a massive fan of him at all. But let me paint a picture, a world.
Is it going to take another 20 minutes? You've already fucking taken
Don't
up
you
half the
say
time of the
his
pod.
fucking name.
Eric Bledsoe.
No, that's
Don't,
right.
no! You fucking serious?
Well, no, I'm half serious. You want to hear what I've got to say, though?
No, not particularly.
No.
Not if it comes
don't?
with Eric Bledsoe.
Bledsoe.
No.
Jeez.
Okay, so Lindsay Smith was talking about it, and she changed my way of thinking about
God
it
bless
a
her
little bit.
cotton socks.
Yes, that's what I thought too. And she sort of changed my sort of frame of mind around thinking about Eric Bledsoe. And no, I'm not going to say Pat Beverly, man. Don't fucking worry about that. But
Fuck that.
now, Eric Bledsoe, when he was with us, I've got a Bledsoe jersey. We all loved him, and he was a great locker room guy, and he was fucking brilliant with this squad. And then what happened? He got on a team that got blown out by 40 points. What? He said, I don't want to be here, but it was after he was playing under fucking Earl Watson, the fucking guy who took everyone out to eat ice creams and shit. And he got benched for half the season.
He's finished, mate.
I know, but hey, he's still got a little bit in the tank, is what I'm saying. As
Cameron
a third,
Payne is better than Bledsoe.
I agree.
So
Now you're
why
talking,
bother?
Gav. Now we're fucking
Why bother?
talking. I'm
Why
just
bother
saying,
bringing him in?
Eric
Yeah,
Bledsoe
I don't
coming
see the.
It's a
No,
waste of time.
no.
I'd rather bring back Alfred Payton and sit him on the end of the bench.
Yeah.
Mike
No.
James.
Nah.
Next on your free agency list, Hammo.
That was about it for my free agency list. The next few are the ones that you've got highlighted that we'll get into.
All right, so let's go in. I'm going to throw up a couple of names that have been thrown around to trade for in our with our expiring contracts. Now, before I do go too far ahead, Perplex Damage in the chat did say Goran Dragic. I think Dragic is already signed with Chicago.
Chicago or Toronto?
He was going to sign with Dallas. Dallas fucked around a little bit, so he signed with Chicago. So that won't Goran Dragic won't happen in Phoenix. And same as Bledsoe finished. And if you saw the articles that came out recently, there's no way Goran Dragic is coming back to a Phoenix side owned by Robert Sarver.
How about a quick side note that friggin' Tyler Johnson ended up on the Brisbane Bullets?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All the way down.
Two sons in the NBL next year. I'm going to have to, when on my Brizzy trips, Boyd, we might have to go and check out a couple of Bullets games or something like that when I'm up there.
Get up here on the weekends if you can, man, so as I can sink piss with you.
Stop being fucking bossy, mate. I'll get up there when I get up there.
Well, you'll come back in the middle down here in the golf, man.
Three names I keep getting, I keep hearing getting thrown around outside of he who must not be named. Number one, Harrison Barnes. Thoughts on bringing in Harrison Barnes, using our expirings, bringing in Harrison Barnes. Is he an upgrade?
You want me first?
Yeah, go, Boyd.
I'd love Harrison Barnes, but we're going to have to give up some shit, not just expirings, to get him. That's my only qualms with it, man. And it's not, I'm not saying it's gutting the team by any means, but you're looking at a couple of decent expirings plus some draft capital. And I just don't know. Look, I'd be ready to do something
21.5 mil a year, which means we're effectively Crowder and Saric in order to bring him in.
Yeah, and look, I'd do that. I'd do that trade. But from what I've been hearing is that they're going to be wanting some 1 or 2 first round draft picks with that type of.
Is that a and we really haven't touched on it a lot, but is that really a problem for the Suns? I mean, James Jones doesn't even like fucking draft picks.
No, it's not. But it's. I don't think. Yeah, look, I think gun to my head, I give him a first round pick and a couple of our expiring guys. I'd prefer to throw Shemet in there rather than one of Crowder or Saric. But yeah, bro. Look, I mean, yeah, I know we're not going to do much with it, but look, whilst we don't place much emphasis on these draft picks, right? They hold a lot of value elsewhere, and I know that they're going to be likely late draft picks. It's still a first round fucking draft pick, and it can 2 of them and 2 good expiring contracts could probably net you something decent down the track. I'd probably if it goes past 1 draft pick, I'd say yeah, no thanks. 1 draft pick and 2 expirings, and I'd do something like that for a Harrison Barnes. But yeah, that's my stance on the boys.
Hey, mate.
I mean, that's fair enough. I mean, you can see in the comments here, Ash saying he loves some Barnes. I don't mind Harrison Barnes. He's all right. But from what I can see projected, he's looking at a possible somewhere between 21 and 23 million for the next season. Now, that's a lot of money on a maybe. You know what I mean? Like, he's been okay in the past and whatnot, but as with anyone, it's going to take some time to get used to our style, get used to Monty's style, get used to playing with Book, running under CP3, all those kind of things. So, I don't know. It seems like a lot of money to outlay on a maybe. If it was someone a little bit higher
it's
caliber,
not about the money, man. Like the money's going to be outlaid somewhere. It's what you think on the
that's
gauge
what I'm
of the
saying.
player.
If you're gonna outlay that money, maybe get a higher caliber sort of player.
Well, yeah, it's
No,
probably
not
to.
really. 20 mil these days is fuck all. But Harrison Barnes is a definite upgrade on offense to Jay Crowder.
At the
Number
moment,
one,
yeah,
he's
definitely.
a better outside shooter, and he's a better self-creator, so he can put the ball on the floor and create himself. But
Yep.
he's certainly a downgrade on the defensive end.
What's your
Jay
take
Crowder's
on the
a
pick
better
side of
defender.
things, Gav?
Sorry, mate.
What's your take on the what would you be willing to pick up to give up?
Oh, look,
on
I
top
think
of the two scoring.
if it was Harrison Barnes, and if we could hold on to probably preferably Crowder, but I mean, look, if you bring in Harrison Barnes, he's replacing Crowder. So I'd almost go, okay, let's hold on to Saric. But if it was Crowder, Torrey Craig, Landry Shamet, and a first rounder, see you later. Clears out the cap space, brings in a player that will absolutely impact us offensively, and someone who can actually hit the scoreboard when you're struggling to score. So I'd be more than happy to
if
give
it
that up.
involves getting rid of Shamet, I'm all for it.
Harrison Barnes is still a very, very, very good basketball player. And he's a significant upgrade on what we've currently got in those positions.
Look at him, man. I like to think of him in a similar role to what, not playoffs for Golden State Warriors, but that role that he filled for the most part of his tenure at GSW, playing in a squad where it was his job to knock down threes and just be the perfect role guy. I can see him doing. Yeah. I think he's gotten better since then. He's got more layers to his game, definitely. So yeah, I don't see him being a fit problem, and I don't see him as a maybe Hammo. I think he'd be a sure thing in our system. But
he's played a lot of basketball. It's not like
he's
injured all the time or.
I'm just worried about what we have our arms twisted to give up for him, and then what might, and I probably shouldn't be thinking about what might pop up by trade deadline, and I should be like, yeah, let's close in on this window we got now, but I am.
Yeah, fair call. All right, next one, which is, I mean, look, and Nate's not here to defend himself, so fuck him. This is probably one of my preferred trades. I just don't know whether the side we are talking about doing it with would do it, apart from the fact that they may get back a couple of first rounders if we did do it. But John Collins from Atlanta, couple of concerns. Number one, he's pretty solid in a pick and roll. So if he and Ayton are on the floor at the same time, that's a concern. Because we don't need two blokes running up and trying to run pick and rolls with a power forward and a center, both trying to do the same thing. He's not a great outside shooter, and he's certainly not as good a defender as Jay Crowder is. So, but in saying that, offensively, he has a significantly higher ceiling than what Jay Crowder does. Boyd, thoughts on John Collins?
No, I don't want to fucking talk about John Collins. I didn't want to talk about him a couple of years ago when you cunts were going on about him in the chat. I still don't want to talk about him. Just fucking miss me with all the John Collins shit, please.
$39 minutes in, Boyd drops his first one. Hammo, thoughts, John Collins?
Yeah, look, everything you said makes sense. I don't know about having two similar playing styles mashing up against each other. A lot of money once again. 25 mil from what I can understand. So yeah, I mean, you just have to bring that into consideration, and yeah, I don't know. I think we can expand on our current core better than John Collins.
Fair enough. Last but not least, Julius P. Randle. Julius Randle.
Yeah, can I just quickly say I haven't got the chat thing on my side here. I just see the ones popping up every now and then. Who the fuck's Perplex Damage?
I don't know. Perplex Damage. Put your name.
These are all
in here,
YouTube
boys.
names, man. Is he is he Twitter folk or is he chat? Is he?
Yeah, I don't know. It's YouTube at the moment, but I dare suggest it's an Aussie one because there won't be a heck of a lot of the Americans on at this time of night watching us.
Yeah, true.
Which is the problem with our timing for our Monday night shows.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Julius Randle. Talk to me, Boyd.
Julius Randle. He's I'll take him. Take him in a heartbeat. Man, this guy was fucking in MVP conversations a couple of seasons ago. A recent All-Star, recent All-NBA. It's a big contract, but I'm not going to talk to money because we're not talking about fucking money, all right? Because we're in a championship contending window. As long as we can make that work. What he brings is
his contract's only $2 million more than Harrison Barnes, by the way.
I thought he was sort of mid to high 20s.
23.7.
23.7.
Yeah.
I thought he got a near max originally. But that's all right. That's just going off memory. That's that's good value. I take Julius Randle. I don't know. My only concerns with Julius Randle is he the type of guy that can play in the Suns system? Is he a Suns type guy? I know that he can create for himself. I know he can, but I know he can distribute as well. I just worry. How many years has he got left, Gav?
Good question.
Yeah,
I'll check that out. Keep talking.
Yeah. So look, I think ultimately, from a talent standpoint, I think yes, I do have some concerns with him fitting in with our. It's an unselfish brand of basketball that we play, and I think that would be my main concern is him disrupting that. But yeah, look, I'd take Julius Randle, if not just to flip him at the fucking trade deadline and get something better, because I just think when you're talking value, he's got it. Fit, I'm not too sure in the grand scheme of things if it's ideal, but it just depends on whether or not he buys into what we do. You know what I mean? So
he's just hitting the start of his veteran extension with bird rights. So first year, $23 million. It's a 4-year contract through to 25-26, where he gets $29.5 million.
That's good, man. That's a good contract for him. If he's willing to play Suns ball, and here's the thing: if we were to make a trade for him, I would expect that he is, because I believe in James Jones and Monty Williams, and I don't see them inviting any cancerous, aka John Collins types, into the locker room.
You're talking about John Collins being cancerous, and then going, Julius Randle's awesome.
No, I think Julius Randle.
No, I'm saying is I've got reservations, but if we were to make a move for someone like that, you know, I have a vote of confidence in our guys at the top, sussing all that shit out before we take the plunge.
So, and just before we get Hammo, Perplex Damage is a listener of the PHNX. First time able to catch us live. Hey, Perplex, first time we've been able to catch us live. But he's based in Iowa. So thanks for jumping on,
yeah,
dude.
Des Moines represent.
Whereabouts is Iowa?
It's in the goddamn middle.
In America.
Yeah, whereabouts in America?
Right in the goddamn middle.
Right in the goddamn middle. All right.
All right, Hammo. What do you got on Julius Randle?
Oh, out of the three that you've gone for, man, honestly, I don't mind Julius Randle. I know he's had some subpar performances, over the last year or so, but I mean, like Boyd's saying, if James Jones and Monty are willing to take a shot on him, it shows that they believe he's got the potential, and I think he does. Once he gets under the right guidance, once he gets under the right system, I think you could really, really see some like high caliber all-star kind of potential out of Julius Randle once he gets in the right system. So I'm all for it. All for Julius Randle.
Yeah, look, I'd be okay with Julius Randle coming on board too. I think that whoever comes in would they'd effectively be forced to fit the system, and Julius Randle will want to win games. So I think he'll I think he'll do the job that needs to be done, basically. So there you go, Boyd. He's in the Midwest.
Midwest.
Des
Yeah,
Moines
I'm with you,
is where he
bro.
lives. That must be
I'm
the
with-
suburb
No, that's
in
Des Moines.
Iowa.
It's Des Moines.
Des
It's not
Moines.
Des Moines. It's Des Moines. Where
All right,
Slipknot's from, man.
we're gonna move on. I've only got 2 topics because my co-hosts, my co-stars here, didn't come up with fuck all to support me
superstar.
at all.
I'm not
So,
a star. I'm
We're going to
Megastar.
move into everybody's favorite subject. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Only 2 topics today, but hey, let's roll it out and see what happens. Number 1, if the Suns run it back, actually, I've got 3. If the Suns run it back, we are still a top 4 side in the West. Boyd.
Thumbs up, man.
Hammo.
I am also a thumbs up.
And I will go number 3, thumbs up there. Thank you very much.
Easy done.
I'm going to amend this one a little bit just to catch you guys out because, it's boring otherwise. DeAndre Ayton will be an all-star in season 22-23. Boyd.
Thumbs up.
Hammo.
I'm going to go thumbs down.
I am going to also go thumbs down. Number 3, everybody listening to this, everyone online live, everyone listening, everyone here right now should buy a hard copy of 2K23 with Devin Booker on the cover and support the damn Suns.
Wake the fuck up, people.
Boyd.
Hard copy, so not a digital copy.
No, what's the fucking point of a digital copy, man? You'll delete it off your PlayStation.
Devin Booker on the cover of NBA 2K.
I need to go out and buy a new fucking system then because I've got the digital Xbox.
You don't have to play it. You just got to buy it. He never said shit about playing it.
Thumbs down.
You don't have to buy it. Play it. You don't have to play it. Buy it. Fucking hell. Where am I going?
No, thumbs down.
Dickhead. Hammo?
Yeah, thumbs up. Totally.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah,
get on board.
Up. And we'll get into that. All right. Let's roll back.
Related. Fucking get
Let's
on
roll
it.
back. Question 1. If the Suns run it back, we're still a top 4 side in the West. We all went thumbs up. Boyd, do you want to expand?
Yeah, man. We're fucking top 2.
Top 2.
Who's going to fucking stop us? Who's going to stop us?
And that's big. I don't know why we're not going to be number 1 again. Just let me elaborate there. Didn't we have like an 8-game stretch at our 64 wins, an 8-game fucking gap on the next person in the entire league?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're running that team back. Is that what we're talking about? Running that team back and making some improvements around the fringes?
That team back.
Yeah. A slightly improved team.
Yeah.
With development
slightly adjusted, maybe 1 or 2 roster changes.
And you know what?
Basically,
Jamal Murray's
do
back,
not trade for he who must not be named.
Jamal Murray is back, and there's going to be the Clippers are much better. In saying that, is that 8 or 9 games? Like,
anytime Jamal Murray's back, we're going to lose, don't you know?
No, I think we're good, man. I think we're good. I think we're good for a top 2 seed in the West.
And Kawhi's back. Oh, thank fuck.
We don't know what them guys are going to look like, dude. So
I don't know what they're going to look like, bro.
Hammo, any further comment?
No, not particularly on this subject. No, sir.
All right, so basically the world is saying the Clippers are going to kill everyone because Kawhi's back. Kawhi hadn't played for fucking over a year.
Almost
it's going to take him time. Even with Kawhi, they weren't a better side than the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns had a better record and beat them with Kawhi the year before. Let it fucking go.
We good.
Jamal Murray's back. Jamal Murray wasn't that good to start with. He played a couple of fucking good playoff games against Utah in a head-to-head fucking shootout with Donovan Mitchell. Guess what? Donovan Mitchell's shit too. That's the reason those two went head to head in a shootout is because neither of the fuckers can play defense. The Lakers are going to get better because Anthony Davis is going to be healthy. Anthony Davis hasn't been healthy for 15 years. Get the fuck over it. Oh, wait, they might get Kyrie. Oh, fantastic. What happens when he falls off the end of his fucking flat earth? The only side right now that can say they're better than the Phoenix Suns, and the reason we would not make a top four is the Golden State Warriors, and that's because they made the fucking NBA Finals.
100%.
Maybe the Mavs have a claim because they beat us in the second round.
No. COVID
They
beat
still
us in the second round.
Hammer. Whether you like it or
COVID
not.
beat us in the second round.
Maybe COVID beat us in the second round. Honestly,
Are you serious,
and I'm
Gav?
going to put this comment up right now.
Yes,
if injuries don't happen, the Suns are easily a top 3 side in the West. And that is cut and dry. Basically all I've got to say. Question 2, DeAndre Ayton will be an all-star next season. Boyd, you went thumbs up. Why is you're the only one. Why is DeAndre Ayton going to be an all-star next season?
I thought he was a top 5 center in the league. And I believe, and look, and you look at his, over his last 3 seasons, he's declined in minutes each season. And I think now that he's got that tag, that max contract tag on him, and after all the publicity around his whole role with the team, I think there's going to be emphasis put on in not only involving him more, but just I think he'll get the minutes. I think he'll get more plays for him. I think an older CP3 is going to need to lean on someone like DA, someone exactly like DA. And look, I feel, man, I honestly feel like he's getting better and better. His effective field goal percentage jumped up nicely. From last season to this season, just gone. And I think he's right there. He's got something to prove now. There's been a lot of naysayers, and as you guys know, there's a lot of social media outcry about this guy, and it has been since he was drafted over Luka back in 2018. And I just feel like right now he's got that max contract, and he's going to want to stay with the Suns, and he knows he's got to prove it. And I feel like the Suns are going to give him every opportunity to prove it. And I think he's going to give himself every chance. Don't read too much into this fucking. He gets 2 hours sleep a night. That's all fucking horse shit. It's over exaggerated crap. You know, he's there shooting the shit in some interview, and we've all had nights when we've stayed up fucking playing 2K too long, and then gone to work the next day, or doing whatever your fucking vice is. You know what I mean? At least he's not out there doing. At least he's not out there doing that bad shit. Right, and he's
that's fair call.
He's still a young man. He's still a young man, right? So, and
Fortnite or whatever.
Yeah. So look, I think don't read too much into the fucking into all the hype around all the things. Be positive about the guy. Get behind him, and I think not only will he be a top 5 center in the league again this season, but I think that a lot of that narrative around him from a national media standpoint will change as well. And I think, look, he's still got a really tough task in the West when it comes to Nikola and AD as a big as well. So if these guys are healthy and they're actually available for that All-Star game, they're likely going to get put up in front of him. But when you're talking reserves, all-stars, or even an injury replacement, which happens every single year, I think he's got enough clout coming into this season to jump into one of them spots.
Excellent. I'm glad you got back to talking about the whether or not he'd fucking be an all-star while we lost all our viewers. Man, keep it on fucking topic, will you?
No.
The problem here is not if he's going to play like all-star caliber player, because we believe he will. But the reason I said no is because 50%
Hang on a second. Did we lose viewers while I was talking?
Hang on. 50% of the retarded fans out there voting for all-star would vote Kobe Bryant because they have no fucking idea what they're doing. And that's why DeAndre Ayton will not become an all-star. this year.
Yeah, that's solid. But I do agree with Boyd, because when you get to the bench and injury replacements and all that sort of fun stuff, Ayton will get selected by coaches or NBA commissioners or
Chris
whatever the
Stapps,
case may be.
Porzingis
Now,
will get more votes.
if you
than
look at the
DA.
West, Jokic is a laid out. Jokic, what do we call him these days?
Jokic.
Lay down Mazer. He's
The
going to be the
Joker.
starting center in the West. Anthony Davis will get voted in because of
Very
what
close.
Hammo said. Because reality is, Lakers fans vote. They're
Dumb
all over the
fans
globe,
vote. That's the
and they
problem.
vote for these idiots.
We
So
might get some
Anthony
Indiana
Davis
fans
will-
voting for DA.
And
They got
the
fucking-
problem is
They
that
got heaps of fucking fans, haven't they?
Larry
the
Bird's just hitting
problem is
refresh.
when they vote for the All-Star game, they vote for the front court and the back court. So therefore, fucking LeBron James could get picked as center. Who fucking knows? It's the top three voted. So that's where it's going to be hard for him.
yeah.
Do I
The
think
system's
that
flawed.
he is potentially going to be an opportunity to get in as a IR, an injury reserve? Absolutely. As long as it's Jokic who gets injured.
No, what's the next one?
Our next one was everyone should buy a hard copy of NBA 2K23 with Devin Booker on the cover.
No, I just said no because I'm not.
Why not?
So I can't. Well, actually, I could ask everyone to do something I'm not fucking doing because I don't fucking really care about other cunts.
It's a fan item.
Yeah, it's a fan item. It's a
fan
collectible.
item.
It's a memorabilia
I
item.
got Gorilla vinyl, pop vinyl sitting over there. I don't know what the
Oh,
fuck I got it, but I got
Man, look, I'm not going to upgrade my system so as I can get a fucking Devin Booker poster. I'll knock some kid over in front of
one's
EB
allowed to play
games
it.
and fucking take theirs.
You know, after so this was my point. Sorry, Hammer, I'm going to jump over the top of you here.
That's all right, mate.
Why wouldn't you just go onto eBay and just buy the fucking cover? Someone will
Yeah.
sell it.
I'll
So you will
photocopy
buy.
the fucker and send it to you.
So you will buy it.
Actually, it turns out Hammo's going to buy it for me. So don't
There
worry
you go.
about it. I'll sooner knock a
Perfect.
kid over out the front of EB games, like I said.
Smack him, take him out.
He'd probably have the Jordan edition anyway, to be honest. But,
Hey, that actually comes with a year's worth of NBA League Pass as well.
it certainly does.
So
Which
that's
I wish they
nothing- that's a
fucking do with
damn
the
good
Booker one
value,
because I
man.
want to buy the fucking Booker one.
Yeah, totally. Oh,
Good
you know what
point.
you do?
Good point
just
here
switch the
from
covers.
Perplex Damage. When we go back to Ayton, he's also got to get past Cat and Gobert for those spots. Minnesota
but-
are going to be better with Gobert in the team.
Hey, but every cunt in the world hates Gobert. He never gets fucking votes for anything. He gets picked last when he does get a fucking start.
COVID loved him.
Isn't? Yeah, I don't
He
know.
made All-Star.
I know he did, but didn't he? No, it was LeBron. Was it LeBron that picked him last or something?
Yeah, he got picked fairly late.
How'd he go with the
I mean,
votes?
it's the All-Star
Sympathy
game. Why
vote.
the fuck do you need some big dude that's just going to stand in the fucking key and try to block people?
I'm pretty sure.
It's a three-point and dunk contest. It's fucking shit anyway.
I'm not too worried about Gobert, unless of course the entire country of France gets behind him. But Cat, yeah, he could be a problem. But he's missed out on a couple of years. There was a little bit of voters fatigue there at some stage. So who knows? But yeah, no. Perplex Damage from Iowa. You're right, mate. Yeah, Cat's an option there.
All right, that is the end of thumbs up, thumbs down. Possibly our worst one ever.
Yeah, terrible preparation for that one. Gav.
And I blame both of you two for your lack of support
I'll take
all
it.
day, even though I said I was busy. Our next segment is a new segment. It's been requested by everyone's favourite Hammo. Man, I put it this week in NBA history with Hammo.
Yeah,
So
so
this
like
is you, man. You're leading it. Go for it.
what I was thinking is like, there's a lot of people who are new to the Suns fans through everything that's going on. A lot of people that are new to basketball in general as well. So I just thought, a bit of a retrospective about what's happened in, this week in history. And it turns out today was actually a perfect time to start this. So August 1st, 1936, 22 nations competed in the first basketball competitions in the Olympic Games, which is huge. And also
Did
August
Australia
3rd,
medal?
probably not. I doubt it. Probably all 4'2". August 3rd, the Basketball Association of America merged with the National Basketball League to form the NBA. So, I mean, you really don't get much bigger than a day like this in NBA history. This is the day that the NBA was formed. So it was just lucky that this kind of came up
I'm
today.
filthy. I'm absolutely filthy how they did Jackie Moon.
I was
And the
just
fucking
going to say that.
Man,
I
the
was just gonna say
Tropics,
that.
the Tropics should have been in there, bro,
The Tropics should be in the NBA right now.
mate. He fought a bear, for fuck's sake. Come on.
And
What more do you
everybody
need
love
to
everybody.
do?
He wrote a
What
hit
more do you
song.
need to do?
He wrote a hit song and turned his team's fortunes around by trading a washing machine for a point guard.
Edward Munnix.
I mean, how the hell the Tropics aren't in the NBA right now is a joke.
It's
and the
so
fact
wrong.
that the San Antonio Spurs tried to cut Coffee black just because he wanted to play the last game with the Tropics, disgusting.
That would
Another reason to really, really fucking hate the San Antonio Spurs.
Totally.
that would be like cutting Payne for Schroeder.
Oh,
No,
easy.
I wouldn't have thought so.
So, like, that's the first two, or the only two that I picked out this week for NBA history for this week. However, unfortunately, leading into our next segment, there is the day going forward in history as of today that the legendary Bill Russell passed away. 11-time champion. Wasn't a Phoenix Sun, but it's fair enough that we represent and recognize who he was. Huge part of the NBA community, huge person for the African American community. I've got some African American members in my extended family, so I know how important it is, all that civil rights, movements and everything that was taking place, and he was a huge part of that, man. So it's very sad that unfortunately going forward, this day will also be remembered as the day that we lost the great Bill Russell.
And he certainly was. I mean, when you talk about all of the GOAT debates and everything that shoot around now, he was probably the first person to ever come up as the GOAT, was Bill Russell. As you said, Hammo, 11-time NBA champion. Absolute
100
superstar.
points in a game with no three-point line either. That's crazy.
Completely and utterly changed the game. When he went and joined the Celtics, put up with a hell of a lot when he was there.
That was Wilt Chamberlain, dude.
Hey?
100 points in a game. That was Wilt.
Yeah, Wilt scored 100 in a game. But he did have a game with 20 points and 40 rebounds or something ridiculous like that. Like, Bill Russell was just absolutely outstanding. Valet Wilt, the basketball, and he's still been involved with the NBA. He's been around the Mercury, always around the NBA, has been to NBA finals, supports the current players. He'll certainly be well and truly missed. Boyd?
No, I haven't got anything to say on Bill. It's very sad. You don't like to hear about anyone dying, but I don't have any fucking anything over the top to say. But going back to Wilt scoring 100, he probably fucked 100 girls that night too. Oh, Wilt, he could fucking root that guy. Tell you.
Not?
But anyway,
on that note, we'll jump on to. We've got two more segments. Again, Hammo's requested these. They weren't on the rundown, so I just want to fix these two up. We're going to go back. We're going to go old school. After going in NBA history, we're going to go old school, back to the start of the Aussie Suns fans NBA podcast. Two questions. Short notice for both of you, so fuck you. Question one. Who do you want to have a beer with this week? Boyd.
who do I want to? Like, that I probably won't in the group. We're talking in the group?
No, when we brought it up,
Remind me of this segment.
it was in the NBA world was when we first brought it up. So in the NBA world, who's done something that makes you want to have a beer with them this week?
I want to have a beer with fucking Tyler Johnson and a non-NBA related one. I want to have a beer with Ash.
That's still NBA related.
Ash.
You want to have a beer with Ash?
Yeah.
I've had a beer with Ash. He's fucking boring. He hadn't even come back on. Tyler Johnson's a good one, though.
Nah, I reckon he'd be a hoot.
Tyler Johnson's
Hey, mate, who do you want to have a beer with?
Man, I'll tell you what, I might lose a couple of fans here. Not that many. But on Foxtel and Showcase, they've been showing that the winning time, the story of the Lakers dynasty, and growing up, my father's a huge Magic Johnson fan. I don't know, man. I'd just love to have a beer with Magic Johnson. That's who I'm feeling, bro. That's gold. Well deserved. But yeah, I love me some Magic, man.
Unacceptable behaviour from you, mate.
Is what it is.
Guys in the chat, who do you want to have a beer with? Let us know in the chat, and we will stick them up there. I think
that would be an interesting.
I think Perplex Damage has already thrown us up. Richard Dumas with a beer with Richard Dumas would be interesting. For me, I'm going to go with a WNBA theme, and the best player in the WNBA right now, I want to have a beer with Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Isn't that the one you creeped out when you were over there?
Sorry?
I'm pretty sure you're not allowed within 500 feet of her, man.
Yeah, that's the one I creeped out when I was over there. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not with it. Not allowed within 500 feet of her.
And
also,
seen
that Bill Bird?
while we're at it, we'll get the favourite for the most improved player this year, Sophie Cunningham. She can come for a beer too, because those two are phenomenal. Love them. Great. Keep it up, Phoenix Mercury. Make sure you make the playoffs. Kick some ass. Question number two, which Hammo's very excited about. Flog of the week. Boyd, who is your flog? What?
Come back to me.
Well, you can nominate yourself because you're a fucking wanker.
Come back to me. Flog of the week.
Hammo, you requested it, so let's go. I better take Richard Dumas off the screen because Perplex Damage is not saying Richard Dumas is the flog of the week.
Definitely not. Look, I thought this was a lot of fun when we used to do it, and there's someone that's been popping up a lot on social media from the NBA lately, showing off their new style. And what the fuck is wrong with you, Jimmy Butler? You useless suspect. Fuck. Like, seriously, we all know it's not your real hair, bro.
I like it.
All right? You like it?
I like it.
He looks like a fucking Milli Vanilli fucked a goddamn pineapple tree. Like, what the fuck, man?
I haven't seen
one
it,
needs to walk. Dude, he's put these fake dreads into, like, down here, right? Looking all ruster and shit. I can't wait until Jay Crowder rips two of them out when he goes up for a dunk. Fuck that useless prick.
It's Crowder done.
Seriously. No, go online. Gav, if you can throw up a photo of Jimmy Butler and his new fucking hair, right? Or his horse hair or whatever the fuck he's got attached to that fucking brain-dead fucking useless head of his. Like, come on, man. They're all these bloody NBA players turning into fashionistas and all this kind of shit. Shave your head, go play some fucking ball like a normal fucking person, you weird fucking Miami fuck. No, I'm over it, eh? He looks like a tool. Looks like an absolute tool. Halfway between a lion and a baboon or some shit, you know?
What do you got, Gav?
Fucking weird.
It's you now, mate. We need a flog. Give us one.
So
Give us one. Come on.
I haven't got one.
Yes, you have.
I've been off Twitter, man. That fucking who's that Aussie fucking That 7 seconds or less guy on Twitter. I don't know. Him. For obvious
Right.
reasons.
Right.
Keep it going, man.
Glossing over.
I was busy doing something then, so I
Trying to
missed
find
out
Jimmy
on
Butler's fucked up, ridiculous.
me. Yeah, so I think
That went
my
down
flag of the
quick.
week goes to Nate for fucking desertness today.
Yeah, how dare you?
Shit effort, Nate. We're first
Because
ever
you
live
live in another
episode.
country and shit. Fucking
Yes,
hell.
there's been some teething issues and all that sort of stuff, but I think we've done all right, guys. I think we've done all right. Here,
I think
give
we've
us a
done
thumbs
well.
up in the
10.
comments if you think we've done all right. And Boyd, this is for you. This is Jimmy Butler's new hair. No comment.
No, I just don't see where all the hate's coming from. I fucking
Me
do what
neither.
you want me
I
to.
love it. I think it's fantastic.
It was like if Sideshow Bob got out of the shower. Like, what the fuck?
That's it for us tonight, guys. We've gone through everything. It's good to be back. We've missed a couple of weeks. It is a tough time of the year to find topics, but luckily we bring Boyd on because we know we'll get over the hour because he'll just speak for 45 minutes of it. We managed to get over the hump. Thank you very much for joining us. Wrap up wise, Boyd, last comments?
No, nothing.
Where do we follow you?
At Buds83.
It's on the screen. Lovely. Hammo, last comments?
Nah, go Suns. Really enjoyed doing this, guys. Hopefully it's going to be great going forward. Get some more interaction. Tell your friends, like, share, subscribe. Gav's going to tell you how to do that.
Yeah, pretty much what Hammo said. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for joining us on our first live one. It seems to have gone quite well. We'll make it flow a little bit better as we go on. But really enjoyed tonight. Great to get on. Thank you very much to the guys who jumped on to the live comments.
Awesome,
kept
guys.
it interactive,
Great effort.
kept talking, kept us going. Really appreciate you guys and your support. Make sure that everyone checks us out and watches us. Follow Boyd, follow Hammo, follow Nate, even though he never posts on Twitter. Follow
Ash has
me
just come back. Great
at
timing, Ash.
Guesswork Gav, which I post basically nothing on. Make sure you follow the Aussie Suns Fans podcast page at Aussie Suns Fans on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube at Aussie Suns Fans. And have a great night. Oh, by the way, Paul, we will have you on, mate. Paul,
I love you, Ash.
Next
Derby
time.
World, we're working
Next
on
time,
it.
Pearl.
We'll definitely get you on. Like we promise. You're like only 12th now in line left. So we'll get you
Ashley,
on.
I love you.
Yeah,
Love
we
you,
love
Ash.
you guys.
Love you, Ez. Jay Hump. Good to see you, brother.
Guys, have a fantastic night. And we will see you hopefully next week if none of us get caught up and do this all again live. Thanks, guys. See you next week.